Have you heard any really good ghost stories? Like I said, I don't really like ghost stories because I tend to scare myself. But people say they're real, especially at Antelope Island. Hi family, this is a treat. I'm gonna rearrange it. This is not a segment for the place. This is the WASP origin story. And that story begins with Carl's relationship and friendship with Chris. Now Carl is the ranch manager here at Antelope Island State Park. And we're talking about paranormal activity. But before we do that, what kind of stuff's going on here for Halloween for families that just want to come out and see the state park? It's a beautiful state park.
It is. We always have things going on here. We have guided hikes. We have tours of the ranch. We have our bison roundup coming up on the 30th. So always things going on.
Now, as far as paranormal activity, tell me that story, how you and Chris connected. Did you reach out to him or did he reach out to you to get this whole thing started?
He reached out to me, and we just kind of talked a little bit and put it together, and they came out, and we just kind of had a natural partnership kind of grow on. It's been really nice.
Okay. Now, as far as paranormal activity, because that's what Chris's group does, right? The WASP. We'll talk to him in just a second here. What have you experienced? Is there? Are there sightings? Give me some clues.
There are things that I can't explain. I don't like to jump right to ghost, but definitely some weird things. I've heard voices, I've smelled things. I regularly have people come out of the ranch house and say, there's something in there watching me or following me or even chasing me. I've had people get chased out of there.
Yeah, and what are some stories that are prevailing over this area that might have interested Chris and his group?
Definitely the Fielding Gar mystery. He passed away here in 1855, and we don't know where he's buried. I think that he's buried out here. It makes sense to me that he would be, but there's no record of where his body is.
So it's an unmarked grave.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's okay. How do we learn more about Antelope Island? I'm gonna have her over to Chris.
Sure, go to antelopeisland.utah.gov, and you can also find my information. I work with other paranormal groups as well.
Yeah, that's a starting. Okay, so you reach out to him, and you learn that 6,000 years of human life has been. We've been here. We've been on this island. That means there's got to be something here.
Oh, absolutely. When it comes to studying the paranormal, our biggest thing is history. Folklores, legends, stuff that we got to figure out what's going on with it. Why is it happening in the first place? So that's what caught my attention with Antelope Island. I've heard stories about activity going on here.
Yeah.
Originally, the story about Jean-Baptiste was brought into play, which we did debunk. He was not on this island. He was on Fremont Island, which is north from here.
Okay.
That's where he was brought to, but there's other things going on. One story may have been debunked, but there's more answers. More questions sometimes.
Yeah, I love that. Now, if we're looking at the table right now, if you wouldn't mind going through some of the stuff that makes it possible for you to make sense of what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're even feeling, brother.
So, easiest thing to do, start with the basics.
Okay.
You got a camera here. This one can take photographs and it can also take video. Digital recorder, always a purpose for getting electronic voice phenomenon, or better yet known as EVPs. Walkies are also good too because you're going to be spread out all over the place. So you always want to have some type of communication just in case something happens. And if you're a group like us, you got to have a security system to post cameras to get as much footage as possible because you might capture something when nobody's there.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, Chris, about this thing. Right? You're here, but you also have a team, right? You have a team, and it's important to know that there are different perspectives, and you do that on purpose, so that it's not just coming from the mind of Chris, right? You got all these different people basically serving as witnesses. And the reason why I bring this up is because this can be fun to some people, but you guys are like looking for actual, real, factual evidence.
Absolutely. We have a great team. Everybody has experience within the paranormal in some shape or form, whether it's studying Wiccan, being a psychic medium, understanding tech, reviewing evidence. You name it, we've got it. And to be quite honest with you, when it comes to the paranormal, you can't do it on your own. You have to have a team for protection purposes and safety as well.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you could go and investigate a story here in Utah, I mean, you're already here in Antelope Island. What's the one story that is like your, man, if I wish they would let us on this property so we can go check out this story. Is there something like that out there for you?
There's a tie between two of them. First off is my alma mater, Roy High School. I know there's activity there, but I want to try to debunk it or get some answers. The other one is the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. out there. And let me tell you, a lot of the things that I've seen and heard about these guys, my first and foremost thing is I want to see what we can debunk and what evidence we can gather for them.
All right. Anybody that wants to jump on, anybody that has a story for you to go vet out, how do we get a hold of WASP?
Easiest ways is our Facebook page, which is WASP 801, or go to our webpage, wasparanormal.org. It's wasparanormal.org. You can contact us through there and also check out everything that we're doing.
Yeah. Now you have a local answer for who you're going to call. WASP. All right, back to you guys in the studio, fox13now.com. Don't forget to click on the place.